I think you're full of shit right now. Because that's
I
what
just don't care what people do.
If you make it legal, that means more people will do it. Why would you encourage people to make bad decisions by making things legal?
Okay, so I could ask, like, okay, would you have a limit to how many drinks someone could buy in a night? What's your thoughts on abortion? I know this is kind of more political, but I think it'd be a good topic for us to talk about.
I think that abortion is bad.
You think it's bad?
Yeah.
You think it should be illegal?
Yeah.
You do?
If it was in Pearl's world, yeah. I don't think it'll ever be 100% illegal, but yeah, if it was up to me.
Why do you... Because I my stance is very much to each their own.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I had a partner and we were like, we'd never get an abortion,
mm-hmm.
that is like, if someone down the road wants to do it, let her do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we just give people the choice, and people who don't believe in it just choose not to do it?
And that's kind of what they do.
Yeah, but like,
because I think it's a kid. I mean, have you ever seen an abortion procedure?
I haven't.
I think if you watched it, you would have a really hard time with it. They pull the baby's limbs off one by one, and then they crush the skull and vacuum it out. If they did that to dogs, people would be protesting. But like, for some reason, we can do it with people.
Well, I think let's not deny that you are ending a life.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to deny that you are ending a life.
Mm-hmm.
The second cells are growing, it's life.
Mm-hmm.
There's an argument about when it's life. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. But then at the end of the day, it's the woman's.
Mm-hmm.
It's the woman's body and it's her child.
Mm-hmm.
And because...
Then why can't she do it outside the womb?
Can't do what?
Why can't she kill the baby?
Well, she doesn't want it. Should she?
But it's her child. You said one of the arguments is that it's her child.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what about after? It's her child.
Oh, why can't she kill the baby?
Yeah, why not?
After...
You said it's her child. It's still her child after.
Well, I mean, parents beat their kids, I guess.
All right, clip that.
Why can't she do it outside the womb? Well,
because then you're saying it's based on location. Because then why can't she do it at 9 months? It's still her body.
It's true. I mean, the argument for when it should be allowed.
It doesn't it's in my body. My choice doesn't make sense because then you should be able to get an abortion at 9 months. And I know
Some
you
people would.
Yeah, I know. That's the crazy thing.
But okay.
Some people do.
But so for me, I would, if people want to get an abortion at 9 months,
mm-hmm.
I would disagree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I would still vote for let people to, like, if people want to do that, then I'd be like, go do it.
You think legally they should be able to kill a baby? Like, okay, it can come out any day now. Pull the limbs off. Crush the skull, vacuum it out.
Yeah.
At 8 months, 9 months.
I would not.
You think that should be legal?
I'd say give them the choice. Yeah.
Right, you're nuts.
Yeah.
Give them the choice. You know you're wrong for that.
But I mean,
you're wrong.
I would not want that for anyone in my family.
Yeah.
And if anyone in my family wants to do that, I'd be like, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm trying to say is, even
abortion
if you take
up to 9.
But here's the thing, though. What I'm trying to say is this.
Oh, you are wild.
Even if you take the position of, like, that's destroying someone's life, I'd be like, well, if people want the freedom to do that, that's their own choice, and they have the consequences that come with that. Why not
outside the womb a week later?
Well, because the baby's not a citizen until it comes out the womb.
Oh Lord.
Is that not the case?
If a baby can survive on its own out the womb, why wouldn't they just give birth?
No, but what I'm saying, you asked me why not outside the womb, and I said because the baby's not a citizen of the state until that happens.
In the U.S., and if you go into like South Korea, they count it like from the moment it's conceived. It's like culturally different.
Well, I know.
So, I agree with you. Like, you're right, but I'm saying like that doesn't make it right just because the law says something.
Well, I think there are a lot of things that we can think are morally wrong that are legally okay because it depends on what your ideology is.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, people think sex outside of marriage is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do, but that's because of their ideology. It's not illegal to have sex. Now it's kind of like, okay, well, if I'm a Christian, I can be like, if people want to do kind of, if I was like an avid Christian, if I was like, if people want to go against the Bible, which I would never recommend, that's their choice.
Yeah, you're waiting, right?
I'm waiting what?
You said you would never recommend going against the Bible.
Going against the Bible? No, I'm not an avid Christian. I'm not an avid
But
Christian.
I'm saying, yeah, look, I think you're full of shit right now.
Why?
I think that if you saw an abortion at 8 months, 7 months,
Yeah.
6 months, I think you would absolutely think it should not be legal. I don't believe in my heart of hearts, my soul of soul. I think you're trying to poke a bear.
I'll be honest. I've been to Nigeria like plenty of times growing up. I've seen worse than that.
Look at.
So
I don't believe that you would see a baby getting pulled out limb by limb. I just don't believe it. I don't believe if you saw it. I think people don't see it. And it's easier.
Right,
it's like see no evil, hear no evil.
You're absolutely right. I'm not denying that.
And so I think if people saw it, like, why do you think it's so hard to, like, if you Google like abortion videos, they're hard to pull up.
I agree.
People don't want to see what's happening.
But it's like people who it's like vegetarians or vegans making meat eaters watch documentary on animal cruelty because they're like, well, if you see how the beef got to you, you would become vegetarian or vegan. I completely agree with that, but I like eating beef, so that's why I've not watched it. Yes. Because you're right.
So you're saying you like knowing that's a fail-safe?
So
you're like knowing that's a fail-safe, so you're not going to watch it?
Well, I know. Well, I'm saying that it's not. I'm not disagreeing, saying it's impossible. If I saw that, then I'd be like, it could be such a visual experience.
I've been to farms. I would stand by it. I probably wouldn't stand by how they do it.
What? You talking about killing animals?
Yeah. Look, I wouldn't be. I probably wouldn't stand by like the big ones, you know. With the but I bet my mom grew up on a farm. The animals have a good life until they die.
Yeah, but I mean, not all animals that are processed. They're like, I've seen a few things, and not all of them are. You know, there's some bad stuff, but like. You know, I like eating meat, so there is a see no evil, hear no evil. Yeah, there is that element. So I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying that you can have. Why can't you just have that stance for yourself, as opposed to for the country?
Okay, because it goes back to: do you think it's a life or not? Like, and if you genuinely think that's a life, then like it's murder. So if you genuinely, it's like, cause that's the real question that I think like pro-lifers and pro-abortion people are arguing. When is it a life? What defines life, and when is it a life? I would say conception, but you know, then pro-choice people will just move the goalpost and be like, whenever I feel like it. So
I disagree.
So I'm saying, like, if it's a life, then it should be illegal to kill them. I think point blank period. But if it's not a life, then I see where they're coming from.
Right. I mean, I would agree that it is a life. Like, you are ending a life. I'm just saying that while I would not advocate for anyone who I know and love to do that, I'm like, if people want to end people's lives in their own family, I'm like, go let them do it. I don't. Oh
God. So what about kids? Do you think like a mother should be able to kill her kid after it's out?
Well, it says in the Bible, the child suffers the sin of the father. So it would be what happens to the kid is entirely her responsibility, and she has to live with that. And that's what I'm saying. If it was like my sister, I would be like, no, don't do it. But if other people want to suffer those...
Answer this question now. So a 2-year-old. I have a 2-year-old. Can I kill it?
Would you mean when you say can, what do you mean? By law standards? Legal standards?
Yeah,
no.
Should that be legal? Why not? It's like, based on your argument, I should.
Well, by then it's a citizen of the state, so...
So your argument is like life begins when the government says it's a person.
No, I'm saying that when you become a citizen of the state, which is when you're born, that's when you're protected by human rights. That's just the way it is right now.
Wow, I can't believe you believe abortion up to birth.
I don't believe.
But I do. If you think it should be legal, then that's what you believe. Because that's.
I just don't care what people do.
Yeah.
And that's the stance I'm taking. I don't care what people do. I don't think it's good that people are addicted to cocaine, but it's not illegal for them to do that. If people want to go do that, go have fun.
Yeah.
I would never advocate for anyone I love to do that.
Yeah, but you think it should be legal for these girls to get abortions up to 9? Like, that's just wild to me. You know that's wild.
I'm saying...
I know you.
No, I'm saying that people should have the choice. Yeah. People... Look, I'm saying this,
You don't really believe this. I don't believe you.
No, what I mean is like...
You think abortion up to 9 months should be legal? No.
If that's what people want, yeah. If that's what people want, I would never.
Wild. That's wild.
But what I'm saying is, just because I say it should be, I'm saying
know, you don't
just because I'm saying it shouldn't be it should be legal doesn't mean I'm advocating for people to do it. It's one of the things that Jordan Peterson says is how do we guide good behavior without mandating it. So I'm saying give people the choice. If people are willing to accept the consequence, like going through an abortion can be a traumatic experience. So if a girl does
Really?
that, right, she accepts the trauma that comes with it. That's her choice. And I'm like,
if it was that
give her the
traumatic,
choice to do that.
if it was that traumatic, then why do 40% of women that have had abortions get 2 or more?
Well, some do. That doesn't mean they don't go back into it.
Yeah, I'm saying like it's clearly not that traumatic because they keep doing the same thing over and over again. And if you make it legal, that means more people will do it, by and large.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm saying like why in a society you just have trade-offs.
Yeah.
So like why would you encourage people to make bad decisions by making things legal?
But there are plenty of things that are legal that people make bad decisions.
Not in Pearl's world. I would get everything legal.
Okay, so I could ask like, okay, would you have a limit to how many drinks someone could buy in a night?
Maybe.
You would?
Possibly.
So you would stop people from buying more drinks if they were on a hen do, if they're a stag do, a party, their birthday. You would stop people at a certain limit.
No, you wouldn't legalize it. If I was to... I'd go after drugs if it was up to me, for sure. Like, I like how China, you like, get the death penalty if you're a drug dealer. I'd probably do something like that.
I get that, but alcohol is the same.
Alcohol,
same value.
What? Alcohol, you're saying it's the same or it's not the same?
Well, in terms of the intoxication on the body, it has it's in the same realm.
I know,
as
that's
drugs.
what I was thinking. I was like, you could argue. So if I was going to go after alcohol, I would make it illegal and then go after the dealers. That's if I was going to do that. I'm not saying I would.
I think a lot of people would be very pissed at you for that.
I'm not saying I would. I'm saying it wouldn't be off the table in Pearl's presidency. I'd have to like think about this more, like why? Because why is alcohol the only one that's legal?
Because I think it's easier for them to make money off it than others.
Yeah, that's.
I think that's the only reason.
And my question is there another reason I don't know?
What about smoking? Would you make smoking illegal?
Like what? What are they making?
Cigarettes.
Cigarettes?
Tobacco.
Yeah, I hate walking outside.
You'd make it illegal?
Puffs it, yeah. Why not?
They're going to come for you, boy.
Why not? Why not? I'll just add it to my list.
That's okay.
I just get annoyed when I go on the street and like, yeah, let's put it on there.
Fair enough. I hear that.